welcome back to my channel. My name is Reese, the Psych PA, and guys, boy do I have an update for you. We're going to get into some things today, but first things first, if you're new here, welcome, and please hit the subscribe button if you find this video helpful or intriguing or enlightening. But today I'm going to be sharing the most asked question that I get all the time. In all of my speaking engagements, at the end, I always have at least one student, whether it's a pre-PA or a PA student, always asks me, how do you manage your own mental health while managing everybody else's? Which is an awesome question and a much needed question. And I was like, well, if everybody wants to know, why do I not make a YouTube video about it? So thus the topic of the day, we'll revisit that update more at the end of the video, but at the beginning of the video, I just want to go ahead and jump into it because I know that when you click on this video, you just want to get right to the meat and potatoes, so let's do it. So the number one thing that I do to help manage my own mental health is I remember my role in the patient care. So in psychiatry, it's very delicate, it's very unique, it's different from all the other specialties in a way that we don't have a physical exam or a test that we can run to tell us that somebody has psychosis or that somebody has anxiety. It's pretty much a listen and observe type of specialty. A lot of things are abstract instead of concrete, and it's not like, math, 1 + 1 = 2. It's like 1 + 1 could equal 2, it could equal 3, it could equal 4. This could be a factor, that could be a factor. It's a lot of things you have to take into consideration when you're doing psychiatry. So, with that comes unpleasant stories. I'm sure for both sides, for the provider and the patient, because number one, they have to trust you to be able to open up to you. First of all, you're a complete stranger and they're coming to you, telling you, bearing their soul and all the things that happen in their life that could be traumatic, trying to paint this picture for you so you can help treat them for whatever issues that they might be having at the time, or help make recommendations for resources that might be helpful for them. And so it takes a lot of guts and a lot of strength to come to a complete stranger and say, okay, I don't really want to talk about this, but I'm struggling with this, and this, and I was raped at this age, or I was molested by so-and-so, I was sex trafficked. So many things that I hear on a day-to-day basis, especially at my last job, that were very unpleasant. It wasn't ideal, but I'm thinking, okay, it's the same on both sides. More not ideal for the patient, because the patient has to open up to you to be able to share that information. You're just sitting there listening, but at the same time, it's equal on both sides, I think. So in order for me to not absorb all of that and take that home with me, I have to put it in perspective for myself. So my why, I always remember my why. Why did I become a PA? And then 2, why is it important for me to know that this person was raped? Oh, this person was raped, that's a form of trauma. Let me ask PTSD questions. Oh, this person was raped and they're still living with their abuser, or they still have contact with their abuser, which is kind of like a CPS report. Let me make sure, like that. Yeah, like a CPS report, like little things. You're like, why? You sit and you process it. And you show empathy, of course, that you empathize with the patient, not sympathize, but there has to be a boundary line, and it cannot cross the line. A lot of people, I feel like, when they think about psychiatry, they think, I can't sit and listen to that because it triggers something within them, or triggers something that they went through, or just because they could be a very passionate, compassionate, sympathetic person. But you can't do all that in psychiatry. There is countertransference, and there's all these things where you don't want to cross lines with your patients. And if you don't think that you can do that, then this might not be a field. You always got to keep it professional while seeming relatable, while seeming empathetic, while seeming understandable. But you never want to cross that line with a patient to where they think that you're buddy, or you're taking your own stuff and you're putting it on the patient. Like, yeah, you know, you want to seem relatable, but you don't want to tell them, like, you don't want to cross that line and like be, you know, like, oh, I was so-and-so too. Like, it's not about you, it's about them. So you can say little things like, oh yeah, I totally understand, but we don't need to go down the story and you tell them your story and all. Like, you don't want to cross that line to where now the lines are blurred and they think, oh, this is my provider, but this is also my friend. And yeah, I can call them anytime, and it becomes unethical. So I'm just like, that's the number one thing I do, is remember my role. Remember that I'm here to help treat the patient. No, I don't do therapy. No, I'm not trained in cognitive behavioral therapy, dialectical behavioral therapy, habit reversal therapy. I'm not trained in any type of therapy, but I can give supportive therapy, of course, which is like the bare minimum. I think every provider can give that. But no. So I'm not listening to fix their problems either. So once I tell myself that and remind myself of that, that puts everything in perspective for me. And it also protects my mental health so that I don't get caught up in the seams of things. Like, I just keep a clear perspective. Number 2, I have a self-care regimen every 2 weeks. So I have a self-care regimen every day. Like, I may come home, I make sure when I meal prep on Sunday, I think, okay, this is something I'm going to enjoy for the whole week, for dinner or for lunch. And, you know, I might watch a movie or a show after I finish my homework, because I'm still in school for the DMSC program. You know, like, I have a regimen every day, a small self-care regimen. But every 2 weeks, I get a massage. I get my lashes refilled. I get my feet done, which I love. I might take myself out, whether I go with somebody, some friends or some acquaintances I have made here, or I go alone. I might do touristy stuff because I'm still a tourist in Dallas. So I think like a couple weeks back, if you follow me on Instagram, I went to the Reunion Tower. Awesome experience. I think I was 200 feet or something, 20 feet, something like that in the air. And I was looking over the city, and it was nighttime and the lights, and I got a chance to get like the taste of downtown Dallas at night, because I mean, I'm a lady, and going downtown by myself isn't exactly something I do often. But that day I was like, okay, I'm going to the Reunion Tower. I'm going to buy the tickets. I'm not going to put it off no longer, and I'm going to just go. So like, that is pretty much my self-care regimen. Do something every day that brings me joy, even for 30 minutes a day. Speaking of 30 minutes a day, I wake up at 5:30 every day to go to the gym. So that starts off my day on a positive note, because, you know, working out improves your mood, improves your health, your physical health, improves all the things. So, and it helps my anxiety calm down. And first thing in the morning, bright and early. And then, like I said, when I get off work, I come home, I do something for 30 minutes for myself. Besides homework, which isn't a form of self-care to me. But it is in a way that I am investing in myself so I can hurry up and graduate. We don't have that much longer. But anyway, every 2 weeks, my big self-care regimen, take myself out, go to happy hour, whatever. Okay? And then number 3, do it alone. Like I mentioned a few minutes ago, I went to the Reunion Tower by myself, right? A lot of people would have said, oh, it's nighttime, you're a lady, you shouldn't be going out by yourself. Yeah, but if you always wait on other people, you'll never get nowhere in life. So I get it, I'm new to a state, and maybe I shouldn't have went out by myself, but then if I wouldn't have had that experience. And I think nowadays, I'm not the only person that go out by themselves. I mean, the only lady, the only female. Of course, you know, I carry a little something with me, like mace on my keys, or it's this little thing that look like a pen or something that they sell on Amazon for women, self-defense. You know, I always got some form of protection on me. I mean, I just don't go out here completely willy-nilly. But I say all that to say, I mean, if you constantly wait on other people, and they never come through, or they're always busy, or they have other plans, that's putting what you want to do on hold. And I did that for like a whole 2 months, trying to find somebody to go with me to the reunion tower. And I just said, forget it. I'm going to just take myself. Do it alone. I go to the movies alone. I go out to eat alone. I go to happy hour alone. And of course I know my limits, so I don't get drunk or nothing like stupid like that. But I do enough to enjoy myself to where I feel satisfied and I enjoy the night, and then I come home. Simple. So I'm not afraid to do it by myself. Matter of fact, I think that this upcoming, in 2 weeks, I'm going to actually do the indoor skydiving, which I've been wanting to do forever because I'm too scared to do the actual skydiving. But I'm going to do it. And then I'm closer to the Grand Canyon in Texas, so I want to go there. Like, there's a lot of things that I want to do. And I'm not going to put my life on hold because I don't have anybody to go with me. So I protect my mental health by doing it by myself. The next thing that I do, very important to anybody that's in the field and also people who are not in the field, I go to therapy. There is a lot that I see and hear along with dealing with my own stuff, and I need somebody to help me make sense of it. There's a lot of things that you don't notice because you are you. And so a therapist, preferably I like psychologists, will help bring light to that area that you put the dark on, or that you're kind of like oblivious to. They make it very prominent and you're like, oh, okay. So yeah, I love therapy because it's therapeutic. Oh Lord. Okay. But I love therapy because they really do like make you shine bright like a diamond in all the areas, even the areas that you don't want to address. But it's over time and it's at a doable pace, and they give you homework and all the things. Now, personally in Virginia, I was going to see my therapist. I don't know, like when I first started, I had more appointments in the beginning, and then as I, got more comfortable and we started working through some things and I got to a good point, it was like once a month. Now that I'm in Dallas, I'm actually looking for a new therapist. So if y'all know anybody, let me know. Preferably a psychologist, preferably a woman of color. But I am still looking for a therapist right now. But yeah, therapy is very important because you never know, like subconsciously, all the things that you're holding on to, trying to process, and things like that. And that kind of brings me back to number one, remembering your role. Yes, you can remember your role. Yes, you can listen. Yes, you can treat. Yes, you can be empathetic, but your ears still heard what you heard. So if it still bothers you, or if there's something going on or something you need to talk about or process, go to therapy. Now, me personally, I don't go to therapy to talk about anything that I heard at work because that's not necessarily an issue for me. Like I've shared with you guys, it's more so my own stuff that I go talk about in therapy. The job may have a little to do with it, especially now that I moved. So I don't really have a lot to talk about with work. Work is work. I enjoy work. I love going to work every day. I enjoy helping people. That's not really an issue for me, but I still go to therapy to help me separate work from my personal stuff though. And then the last thing that I've kind of already mentioned was some type of physical activity. I start my day again at 5:30 and I do 30 minutes in the morning. In the coming months, y'all pray for me. I'm going to try to move my time up to like 4 o'clock in the morning and go to the gym and work out for a whole hour. I feel like the longer I work out, the more results I'm going to see physically, but mentally I'll be even more supercharged for the day. It's going to be like me on steroids. Watch out for it. But I think eventually I want to work myself back up to the 4 o'clock hour in the morning. when I was in Virginia, I did get to a point where I was working out at 4:30 in the morning every morning. And then the seasons changed, and it started being cold in the morning, and I started giving myself every excuse not to get up and go to the gym because I couldn't wear just leggings and a tank top. I had to wear leggings, a tank top, a coat, or this or that. And it was simple, but in my mind, I was just like, I don't need to do all that. I'm just going to stay asleep. I can get about 2 extra hours of sleep. I'm not getting up. And then I kind of fell off the wagon. Almost a whole year later, here I am getting back on the wagon. And so I kind of don't want to lose that momentum, but hopefully I won't give myself any excuses here because it's hot. Most of the time in Texas, I wake up in the morning and it's already 81 degrees. I have never lived nowhere where, I mean, definitely in New Jersey, it would never be 81 degrees at 5:30 in the morning. South Carolina's bad a little bit with the heat, but not as bad as Texas. So I have never 81 degrees at 5:30. But anyway, I did hear that Dallas can get cold. Not cold where it is snow, but it can get a little chilly. So we'll see. But hopefully it's not enough to throw me or knock me off my progress. I'm super proud of myself. If you follow me on social media, you have already seen a little bit. I hope you can tell from my pictures, I'm kind of slimming down. And some people can tell in my face I'm starting to lose weight. And so I'm happy about that because when you look good, you feel good. And that's just another thing that can add to me taking care of my own mental health. So that was kind of like my top ones, my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, my top 5. So I hope that that helps to shed some clarity. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's other nurse practitioners and other physician assistants and even psychiatrists and therapists and social workers and all the teachers like that have their own things that they do to protect their mental health. But that's just what works for me. I hope that you enjoyed my top 5. And now I can come back and revisit what I was talking about at the beginning of the video. So I'm getting used to Dallas. My update on Dallas. I got some big things coming down the line. I do work with a publicist right now. And so we got some things coming, some big things. And I'm super excited. Never thought in my lifetime I would see these types of opportunities come my way. I'm still doing speaking at school, so if you go to a PA program and you would like for me to virtually do a shadowing program or a shadowing opportunity, virtual shadowing, I'm willing to do it. Just send me an email. All of my stuff is pretty much linked on my website and Instagram, including my email. So if you're trying to find a way to get in contact with me, please check the description box below. It's always awesome to hear from you guys, my subscribers, my supporters, the ones of you guys that have gotten something from my videos and it's been deemed helpful for you. I truly, truly, truly appreciate you because you're just confirming that I'm doing the right thing and that I'm so forth like doing my purpose in life and helping people. So I really appreciate you, and don't ever be scared to kind of like send me a message and be like, yo, what up? Because I mean, I love to hear from you, and you never know where I am mentally, and maybe your message would be the message that makes my whole day. So if I can make your day, I hope that you can return the favor and make my day one day. And if not, at least I made your day. So we're cool. We cool. Please let me know what type of more content you would love to see from me. I do understand that YouTube is a commitment, child. It's a commitment. Now, we have came from 100 or below 100 subscribers to almost 1,000 subscribers. Can you believe that? I have 900 and something subscribers right now. Totally humble. If you know anybody that you think would love my channel, please share it. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy video editing. I enjoy taking pictures. I enjoy all of it. I just don't have the time. But hopefully I will have more time because I'm about to graduate in May. But I will be done with the program in October. So I'm just excited. We counting down. I think we're on week 7. So we're more than a little halfway over with the program. And I'm super excited to be Dr. Rashada Jordan, PAC, CAQ Psych DMSC. Or PAC DMSC CAQ Psych. But I'm very excited. Not to get all caught up in the credentials, but very excited for the information that I've learned in the program, and I can take what I've learned to further advocate for the profession. You guys know that I'm an NCCPA ambassador, and this is my last year being an ambassador for them. And within that program, I learned so much about NCCPA, but also so many issues that we still have yet to correct in the profession. Not only just in the profession, but educational wise for the public. And I hope to take that torch and continue running with it and work hopefully with AAPA and all the other wonderful groups out there that represent the PA profession and associations and all the things. But I gotta go, guys. I want to wrap up this video. Like I said, if you enjoyed this, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.